Okay, now we're going to dive into some databases that you can use to find research in the social sciences. So, when I'm using databases, I always like to start broad and then narrow down if I'm not finding what I'm looking for. So, what I mean by that, databases like Articles Plus, like Academic Search Premier, they're going to be what we call multidisciplinary databases. So, you're going to get sources from medical journals, you're going to get sources from sociology journals, you're going to get sources from English journals. It's going to have all of that in there. And so, one downside is you can get a lot of results back, but the plus side is you can really get familiar with these databases and go to them as a starting point for any project you might be working on. So we're going to show two today. We're going to start off with Articles Plus. So if I were, let's say, looking at um, something in the psychology field. Maybe I wanted to look into compassion fatigue in the healthcare field. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put quotation marks around these phrases because that's going to make sure that the database searches for those two words together. And when I'm using more than one keyword, I can combine it with and. One of the nice things about Articles Plus is it makes it super easy right here at the beginning to filter for scholarly publications only. And then I hit search. It's gonna take some time loading. Awesome. So here are my search results. 7,000, that's pretty big, but I can scroll through, skim the titles, skim this little blurb, see if I think it's going to be useful for me. Another thing that is super great about Articles Plus is there's a lot of ways to further filter your content or your sources. So as you scroll down, if you're like, okay, I know I want a journal article or a book chapter, you can filter for that. Like how we were talking about currency, dates, you can filter within a certain amount of years. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to filter for the particular field that I'm researching in. So I'm in the psychology group. I know that there's probably a lot of information from a nursing perspective, but I only want to focus on the psychology perspective. So I can click on that, and all of the results that I get are going to be from psychology journals. They're going to be a little bit more what I'm looking for. And so I can scroll through, find things that seem like they're going to be relevant to my topic. And if I just click on one, it will open it up in a new tab. Sometimes it'll take you to this page that says find at UNC. A lot of the time there's going to be this full text option here. So you can click that. I'm going to open it in a new tab because I'm going to show you something else. But you just click that full text option and it'll take you to a page where you're going to be able to access the full text of the article once it loads. Awesome. And so this is what it's going to look like. And then if I go back to this page where it says find at UNC, if you ever click on, if this page ever comes up and there's not the full text option, if it says, sorry, we do not have this here at UNC, you can always scroll down and request it via interlibrary loan. So that's going to be with this third link right here. So you can hit request it from another library. It'll take you to this form that should mainly be filled out for you based on what you just clicked. If you've never placed an interlibrary loan before, there may be a short form that it asks you to fill out just to make sure it has all your information, but you can request it. We'll reach out to other libraries, see who has it, and get it as a PDF and email it to you. So this is just a brief overview into Articles Plus. We filtered for the discipline. If I wanted to filter even further, I could filter under subject terms as well. Whatever your subfield might be, anthropology, sociology, it should be in there and you can filter to just see those results. Awesome. Going back, we're now going to look at Academic Search Premier. So when I clicked, this link is going to take you to the e-research by discipline page. Academic Search Premier likes to time out, so I can't take you directly there. If you wanted to get here through the university library's website, you'd just go to the home page. You'd come over here and go to Search and Find, and then e-research by discipline. And Academic Search Premier is going to be this top link here under frequently used. So you can click on that. We will bring it up. Going to close out of some of these other tabs. Awesome. So here we are in Academic Search Premier. Similar to Articles Plus, you can filter for just those peer-reviewed sources. You just have to scroll down a little bit further. And one nice thing is that the Boolean search is built in for you, so that can help you remember to use it. So I'm going to type in my keywords. And search. And this is what Academic Search Premier is going to look like. So similar to Articles Plus, you can scroll through, look at the title, look at the subjects, try to get a feel for if this article is going to work for your topic or not. And similarly, the chat box that I mentioned earlier, this over here on the side will take you to that same librarian. You don't even have to leave Articles Plus to be able to chat with the librarian if you have any questions throughout. So this is Academic Search Premier. And now, if you've tried Articles Plus, you've tried Academic Search Premier, you're really just not finding what you're looking for, that is when I would recommend going to a subject-specific database. So I've got links here that will take you directly to the recommended databases for each field. If you wanted to get there through the UNC's libraries, through the UNC Libraries website, again, you'd come over here, you'd go to Search and Find, e-research by discipline, and then you'd scroll down. It's going to be here under the humanities and social sciences. So you can click anthropology, you can scroll down and find political science or psychology, sociology. And when you click on it, it's going to take you to a page with databases that are good for that field. As we can see here, sociology, 37 databases is a lot. You don't want to go through all 37 databases. But up here at the top, they're going to have recommended databases. So that's always a good place to start. So you can click, it'll take you to sociological abstracts as it's loading. And it's going to look kind of similar to Academic Search Premier, a little bit different because it's hosted by ProQuest. But similarly, you can plug in your keywords. Let's see, for sociology, let's do Indigenous. We'll do Indigenous education and ethnic identity. And again, you can filter to only see those peer-reviewed results. We'll make sure I spell my keywords correctly before we hit search. And as you can see here, there are only 20 results. So these subject-specific databases are going to give you a much narrower pool to look through. But I can look, breathing the air of their ancestors, the influence of ethnic racial identity on school connectedness for Native American youths. That sounds super interesting. I think that's an article I'd like to explore. So I can open it up. And if I read this abstract, I'm like, okay, you know what? This is the perfect source. I really want to use this. This would be an opportunity where I could go and look. These are going to be some of the subject terms that the article was tagged with. So I can use this to brainstorm additional keywords for my search. It's also going to have suggested sources. So these are sources that the database thinks are similar to what I'm looking for. So maybe I can find an additional source here on the side. All right, so that's just a brief view of one of the sociology databases. So what I'd like you to do is take a couple of minutes, explore some of these databases, start with Articles Plus, start with Academic Search Premier, and then if you're not having luck, try some of these uh, subject-specific databases. And if at any point, as you're working on this project, you're running into issues, you think of any questions, please know that there is always going to be a librarian who is available to help you. So you can go to that chat box that I showed earlier over here on Contact Us. If you have time, you're like, okay, I would love to schedule an appointment. You can go to support and guides and schedule research consultations. You guys will go to English 105 and you're welcome to schedule a research consultation, even if it's not for this class. But here you'll be able to choose a date, choose a time. You can book an appointment with me or with one of my colleagues. I promise they're all very nice and ready to answer your questions. And the last option is every Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. If you're on campus, you can walk up to the research desk at the undergraduate library, and there'll be a librarian who can answer any questions you might have. So there you are. Good luck with your projects, and please feel free to reach out if you have any questions.